Welcome back to Cat's Coloring, and we're continuing to work on Miss Dragon, and this is going to be fun. I'm going to peel all the tape up real quick, nice and dry. I did use you can barely see it, but I did go back through and check the lines after I finished the last video to make sure the lines were good to go. Might have to drop the stencil back down because I feel like some of the lines, I thought I checked all the lines, but it looks like I didn't check all the lines, and then it seemed like some pertinent lines came up with the tape. Okay, there's the color blocks without the tape. No, we can just get them off the fingers, and oh well. Stencil's not anywhere near me. Okay. I picked up something new. I don't know why I picked up some more paint markers, but I like them. But this would probably make I have the Sharpies, I have another brand. Actually, I only have two sets. I got rid of an older set because they were starting to dry up. So I only have two sets. The Sharpie ones, and if you hadn't seen these, I don't know but I do really like these. I just didn't realize I didn't have a brand. I got them on Amazon. And then I picked up these. These were on a really good sale for what they are. So I think and there's 50 colors, and they're dual tip. So I think that's why I went ahead and picked these up, because it gave me a wider range of color, and that's what you see when you open it up. I'm probably not going to keep them in the box. Probably a good idea not to keep them in the box, because there's no holder, there's no like things like, well, let me hear. And then I know that it was dual tip, but I didn't realize it was. Okay, there's a nib. Oh boy. So one side's brush, and one side's nib, but as you can tell, two different. So But the fun part is the fact that it says brush and fine, which, and there's no, so it would make you think that this would be either like, a way to make it either or, but it's not. So, oh, it's water based, not alcohol based, which is a good thing because then it shouldn't be any bleed through. Oh, I'm thinking of regular markers, not paint markers. I'm sorry. So in this case, ooh, I'm going to have to be careful on what colors I pick. All I know is if these start to become not so fun, then I'll probably be moving back to the ones that I know are brush tip. And there are no color name. I mean, it's the same with these. There's no color names. But I guess if I were to remember where I got them, these at least come with a number, so I could, possibly buy this one again or find out the name. But these don't have any kind of number, and yeah, you have to figure out. Oh, let's see. You can kind of see a brush, and you can kind of see the nib, so it does tell you which side is the brush side and which side is the nib side. Oh, I feel like such a dork. I'm just jumping in. I sometimes swatch stuff, but for the most part I just jump on in, and if I screw it up, oh well. definitely juicy. And don't go through the paper, so that's good. Yep, nope. I'll be right back. I need to. The body is not making any sense to me right now. Yeah, some pertinent details for the body we're missing. There we go. That's much better. And then okay. The only interesting thing about, well, I guess when it darkens it is that it does color match. It just is lighter when it starts out. At least on sketch paper, you only have to do one layer, and even on the parts that have regular paint, doesn't need a whole lot of saturation. growing up, I've always loved dragons. I wish I could draw dragons, but this is the closest I can get to drawing dragons. Is the lovely stencil I have of it, or any other stencil I can pick up. So it gives me a chance to at least color them in and do my dragons that way. So yeah, when How to Train Your Dragon movies came out, I never read the books because I learned the hard way for multiple series that reading the books can make a movie series uh, not so enjoyable. So I only watched the movies. But I was so excited when those movies came out because dragons. Yeah, but I'm not a nut in the respect that I read up on dragon or all the mythology behind dragons. I was one of the few weirdos that didn't watch Game of Thrones, but that was more. I'm not into uh, that kind of style of show. So it's like I would love to watch them because I know that there were dragons in there, but I just the show itself is not my cup of tea. Definitely streaky though. You can see the brush strokes or the yeah, because I'm using the brush nib, so it'd be brush strokes. But I plan on layering them, so the line should go away. Um, I've always been surprised. I've had multiple animals throughout the years. I'm surprised I've never named one after a dragon. Pokemon. Huh? Pokemon. Yes, but not dragons. Maybe toothless. But I wouldn't get nothing against any breed of dog. I just never could do that dog breed that has the tongue that sticks out of its mouth. I don't know if that was just a genetic malformation or if that's actually how the breed looks, but yeah, I couldn't do an actual I would not want a natural toothless dog per se. But naming a dog toothless. What would be a good dog to name toothless? I've had a pit bull, a Pomsky, because my husband refuses to do an actual husky. I have my corgi. My first dog was a Sheltie. I can't remember, but it was part Sheltie. But I can't remember. For the life of me, I forgot what the other breed was. It was a mix. They weren't trying to breed the dog. It got out and had a little fun and came back pregnant and just happened to be at the right place at the right time when they were giving away the puppies for free. And he was a great dog. Had him for multiple years. And then just got to the point where his quality of health wasn't there, so we had to let him go. And then we also had a beagle named Millie. She passed away from, we're guessing seizures because she always, like from the moment we had her, more like a year after we got her, just kept having seizures and never could figure out why, and so we just came to the heart-wrenching conclusion of putting her down. And then we've also had, she came from, then we had our pit bull. We got her from, once again, the family didn't have the female fixed, but she was 3/4 pit bull, 1/4 Rottweiler. And so we thought that she was going to be, the size of a traditional pit bull. No. We were completely wrong. She was the size of the Rottweiler. And her jaw kind of matched up with both. So she was a love. Not a violent bone in her body. But man, people were giving her a wide berth because she got the genetics of both sets of jaws. And she succumbed to anybody out there that has had a pit bull or had a pit bull pass away from. They're known to, in their later years, get tons of tumors. I don't know where. We could never really find, even our vet said they don't really know why pit bulls get these tumors out of nowhere, and they just creep up and, kill off the dog. So we had to put her down because it just got to the point where we didn't believe her quality of life was there anymore. We figure a tumor had ruptured, but it was so bad that she couldn't move anymore. And the doctor gave her, even with surgery and stuff, the vet gave her maybe a 10% chance of getting maybe another 6 months of a life. So, yeah, once again made the heart-wrenching decision. And then but while we had Phoebe, our pit bull, we ended up getting another rescue, that we ended up naming Sophie, and she looked like a Min Pin, but we kind of think either she was a mutt or she was when my husband was looking it up, he was thinking like the British version. Very skittish, very timid, but looked like a Min Pin. And then we had some friends that fell in love with her, and they ended up taking her. And that's when we got Blackie, our Pomsky. Oh boy. Never had a Pomeranian and knew a little bit about Huskies. He is a love. He is a cuddle bug. But he's loud. Little tiny body, big voice. But he's a love. Still have him. He's 5 years old. And then 2 years into getting him, my husband wanted to get another dog. I relented. But he was like, he let me, once again, pick the breed. So I picked Corgi. And if you've ever watched any of those videos out there dealing with Corgis, she fooled us. We ended up getting her from an actual legit breeder, and were introduced to her siblings and some cousins, because like I said, she was a breeder, a legit breeder, not one of those puppy mills. And her cousins were howling, her siblings were hollering, and she just cuddled up right with us. Not a care in the world. So we thought she was going to be, we figured that she was going to get her energy at some point, but we thought that she was going to be, chill. No. Once she got home and she met her older brother, she went on a tear to rule the roost. We love her. She will fight to the death for us. But once again, she fooled us into us thinking that she was this cute, tame, mini cutie corgi. Nope, she has sass and the side eye. And hey, look, there's a leaf that's blowing away, so I have to bark at it. And then we don't really have dog parks around us, so we never really got her completely socialized like we had hoped. So if we try to take her to a dog, if we take her by herself, she's like this little scaredy cat that won't leave our side. But if we take her older brother with us, it's like, even though he's the older one, she feels like she has to protect him. So if anybody comes, any dog comes wandering around him while she's there, she's like, you're not coming near my brother. It's funny, but disconcerting at the same time, because even though we know that our corgi, who is named Pika, not Pikachu, but Pika, but you can guess where we got the Pika from. But she is very protective. She would not harm anybody, but she is very protective of her older brother for no apparent reason. Because they're about the same size. So it's not like he's teeny tiny and she's big and she's like, I have to protect this little guy. No, he can hold his own. He holds his own against her all the time. But in her head, I'm bigger and I need to protect brother. Yeah, so no dragon dogs for us. Not yet, anyway. But we are not getting any more dogs, and either until we move someplace with a fenced yard, or something tragic happens to one of them and we get another dog that way. So that would probably be like another, hopefully many years from now, because Peak is only, she'll be 3 this year and Blackie's 5. So like I said, many years. before anything happens to them. I really probably gonna have to make a third video finishing this up because I've hit I'm not anywhere near done, and I've hit the half an hour mark on where I'm trying to have these videos, so I'm not just rambling on forever and a day. And so let me finish up this one, whatever I'm trying to do with this one color, and then I'll sign off with you guys, and then I'll finish coloring this on a different video, on the next video. So while I'm finishing this, I will say if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. If you want to keep up with my content, you can hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment if you want to. I greatly appreciate you hanging out with me while I color. Until next time, have a great evening, and bye.